What's going on, everybody? I'm now doing this on YouTube. It's my corner live. Yes, it's MS chat, orange for MS. Um, I really want to talk to you guys about the basics of MS. Pretty much, we're going to go to that. We're going to start off in a certain area that I find the basics. Now, my first book I wrote is pretty much an introduction to MS and how I would deal with it and how things get dealt with as far as multiple sclerosis is concerned. Sorry about that. I'm still kind of tongue tied when it comes to talking. But I want you guys to understand and just know. Oh, this is kind of off in it. There we go. To know that you're not alone out here. Um, and yes, I'm in a car. This is before I go into the gym to give some people a basic. What I usually do this in the morning, right before I go to work out with my lovely girlfriend Natalie, and I work out every day. Now, for those who don't know, I was in hospice 10 years ago. I was a quadriplegic. I was fighting for my life pretty much, but I was fighting to walk again, to talk again. I had to learn everything all over again. Pretty much, I was a 2-year-old child in a 31 year old's body. 31. I'm 41 now, going on 42. 42 next month, or a month and a couple of days. So I come from a situation. I come from a place a lot of us know. Um, when it comes to MS, we understand that we have issues and we have to fight through them strongly, bigly,
Mm-hmm. Muchly.
muchly, whatever. But I'm here to tell you that something that the doctors don't say to you a lot is not a death sentence. It's not. It's not something that's you can have a great life. You can make your life great again. But please always reach out and listen to everybody. Dr. Walls is a very good person to learn your diet from. She does something called the paleo diet, but she does the Walls protocol, which is a great thing to do. There's a person called MS Gem on Instagram. That dude gives some great information on how to work out if you're in a wheelchair in different scenarios, because he's a professional and I honestly don't know as much as he would because he studied how certain things work and why. I'm only giving information from my experience. And like my second book, No More MS Depression, there's MS 101, and then MS 102. MS 102 is Find the Pieces to Your Puzzle, because I consider MS a puzzle. You have to find the pieces that fit for you. But I come at my knowledge of what I've learned and how I tell people to take what I've learned and try what they can for their life, and then maybe it'll work, maybe it wouldn't. I don't know. All I'm saying is if you don't try it, you won't know it. But if you, I mean, I'm not saying go out there. Well, I heard that heroin. No, it doesn't. Stop. Don't. No. That's not what I mean. What I mean is, like this morning, I took turmeric. Turmeric is anti-inflammatory. It's one of the best anti-inflammatories you can have. So I take 200 milligrams of turmeric every morning. So it's something to consider. I also go and I work out daily. I work out 5 to 6 days a week. And I do that because if you keep your blood flowing through your muscles. Now, if you go off of the Mr. Zamboni or whatever his name is, I can't remember, whatever. The guy from Italy who figured out that CCSVI is a major problem. Well, working out, it not only does it breed more hormones, testosterone, and for women it's estrogen. It It helps the blood flow get to where it's supposed to get. And that is a valuable thing because you want to get the oxygen to get to certain parts of your body so they don't get atrophied. Now that's what a lot of us dealt with. That's why I was in the hospice, and had to learn to walk. I lost the muscle memory to my legs, to my arms, to my eyes, to my mouth, to everything, besides my vital organs, and which led me to them to tell me, Mr. Garcia, you're not going to live, because it was a matter of time before, and they're thinking it was a matter of time before they were thinking that it's a matter of time before MS shuts down like my chest, and that's usually what it, MS just shuts down the signal. You actually die from aspiration, or you die from pneumonia, or some type of complication to MS. You never die from MS. You die of a reason that MS caused, so it's MS related. Related. So the MS guy, MS Jim on Instagram, very good guy to watch. My girlfriend Natalie, she's a beautiful painter, and she uses that as her inspiration to bring color and life into her life and to everybody else's life. She shares her dreams through painting and is beautiful. And I advise all of you MS Hope Art or MS Painter Chick on Twitter and Instagram.
Instagram
Yeah.
at MS Hope Part 1.
And what?
MS Hope Part 1.
MS Hope Art One. There's another one.
Facebook, MS Hope Art.
Facebook. She's there. If you can't find her name is Natalie Shumlo. Yes, and that's my girl's fella. That's my girl, fellas. So no. Anyway, so that's what you do now. Like, just to give you a little bit else, a little bit more. I went from my hospice when I was in hospice in Graham, Washington, not D.C., Washington the state, up by Seattle, Puyallup, and all that good stuff, Tacoma, Fort Lewis. I was a foreman on Fort Lewis. I was a manager at Lowe's, uh, and then I got sick. I have a beautiful 10-year-old son, and I'm gonna leave his name out of this because I don't want nobody freaking out. But and then I have a beautiful family. I was adopted when I was born. I was adopted by African American family. My father was a pastor. My mother is still alive today. They were 50 years old when they adopted me. So I grew up learning and getting information from the old ways, the ways that most people are not taught. My dad always preached common sense, common sense. Hit the books, common sense. And then he was a pastor, so he taught me about Jesus Christ. I love me some Jesus Christ. I love me some church, man. Don't. Anyway, I'm also kind of vulgar mouth, but I don't do it here because this is an open public setting and I don't know who's going to watch. But and I want to help people get past MS and share with them that MS is not a death sentence. MS is not the woe was me or pity party that most of these groups and most people make it out to be. Please, 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 if you're in a group or you talking to somebody who wants you to feel bad or always complaining about what MS has done instead of saying, let me tell you what I have done since MS. Because of MS, I'm still doing this. That's positive vibes. You want to put out into the universe good things, so good things come back to you. Because life is like a boomerang. If you want to say circle of life, whatever, a boomerang around. So throw out something positive and watch it come back around and hit you in the face. Something good. Because see, I never once thought or accepted at all the version that I was going to die. I never once accepted that. I never once accepted the notion I'd never drive again. Here I'm in my car. My brand new car, as a matter of fact. I never once accepted the notion that I wouldn't be a positive influence. Now I take care of a lady who is 64 and does SPMS. And then my lovely girlfriend, she does RRMS with me. And I coach her at the gym, and she's become a supermodel. And I just it's saying that she's with me, but still. And then I do my best to I look into things people like with issues with diabetes and issues with lupus and issues with fibro, because I want to know the commonalities and put all that together and figure out why all of a sudden we're all dealing with this kind of crap. And I've come to a certain conclusion over my searching and my homework I do, my research, is the amount of crap they put in the food. See, what happens is a lot of stuff can't pass the blood-brain barrier, but certain metals get into your bloodstream, which can cross the blood-brain barrier. It's a hard word to say.
Can I add something to
Yeah.
this? I heard something last night about mercurochrome. My great grandmother used to bathe me in that stuff because I was a klutz. I would always get cut up and scratched up and stuff. Mercurochrome, it's made out of mercury, and I was putting that on my open wounds.
No.
So, and then later on, I end up getting MS. So it's interesting.
It might be something to do with metals.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot to do with the amount of crap we put in our processed foods, additives, all this other stuff they put in there. Um, but it's horrible actually because we don't need that stuff. If you think and you look at your body as a chemistry set, a chemistry mixture, like a little beacon, you are perfectly made the way you're supposed to work. Now we don't know. We have a guess. We always average everything. So 100 people said this, or 1,000 people said this, or but that's putting us in a box. You can't compare one person to the next because they're two different people. No two people are the same. None. That's kind of odd, isn't it? Not odd, but it's kind of great. It's beautiful. No two. So how can you say this is going to work for you? Well, it might work, but it's going to work the way your body wants it to work. It might not. It might do good for you, but not as good as somebody else's. But it won't do. It probably does. The side effects will be worse over here. And these are they deal with the same stuff. They pretty much have the same lifestyle. They're just not the same person. So the chemistry makeup is different. Like me and Natalie and I both deal with RRMS, but we're way different in how our symptoms hit and what makes us better. Like if she gets into a light breeze, she's freezing.
Mm-hmm.
I can walk out in the snow right now, butt naked, and be all right, and be sweating. Well, I'm probably sweating because someone's going to shoot me because I'm out there butt naked. But I'm just saying, it's something that we have to think about on a mental level. If you got to put all that together as far as your puzzle, you got to think more than what the pamphlets told you, or what a pamphlet, or what like my YouTube or anybody's YouTube, or 2 or 3 YouTubes. Just put them all together and find a commonality between them all. I'll tell you one that I found. Diet.
Mm-hmm.
I've cleaned up my diet big time. I've stopped going to like McDonald's and burger. I don't eat that stuff hardly anymore.
No pizza.
I do pizza, but I don't like pizza, but I do it. And KFC. I was on the Donald J. Trump diet for a while. None but KFC and all the fast stuff I can handle, and yeah,
Milkshakes.
yeah, all that good stuff. And Cold Stone, all that. Oh, yummy. Cheesecake, and I used to bleed cheesecake. Now I make sure I cook my own food at home. And I went to school to be a chef, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it. But I cook my food at home, and I go to the gym almost every day. But Sunday. Sunday's the only day I don't go anywhere. I don't do nothing. I might go to work, but anyway. So find the commonality between all the things that you hear. See, because you can't just I can't just sit there and lay all my beliefs on one issue, one person. Well, he says this, and I agree And see, we're so used to it, what we agree with, it's like sugar and honey to our ears and to our heart because that's what we agree with. Well, listen to every side because you want to find what's common between them all. Because even a liar is telling the truth. The fact that is a lie or that he's talking that lie is the truth. So the issue he's lying about means that there is an issue. Why is he lying about it? Now you have to ask yourself, why is he lying? Now find the commonality. There's truth pretty much in everything. Find the silver lining in everything. What I tell people is find your funny. That's the second thing. Is like eat and food. And always find your funny. Always. Your cells react to negativity. If you're always down, if you're like Eeyore, oh, poo, woe is me, that kind of stuff, you're gonna be like that. That's how your day's gonna be. But if you wake up with the purpose, and if you wake up with an idea and a goal, go get it. Your cells will react to that. That's scientifically proven. So y'all can yell at me all you want if you want to yell or if you want to agree. I don't know, but I'm just saying, don't sit there in like different things, different areas, different even groups, and don't get in the bitter bus, the pity party. Don't get involved in that. Go somewhere else. Find somebody that's willing to pump you up, not and deflate you, because that's toxic. So, ladies, talking to you especially right now. If you're with a man and he does not do nothing positive for you, if 90 or if over 60% of your time is spent caressing him or not caressing, but trying to build him up, you have no time to build yourself up. That's 60% that you're going to build. He should be able to build you up. Now, you don't need him to build you up. I'm not saying that. No, you don't. I'm not one to sit here and say you need a man. I'm not one to say you don't. I don't know what your life is like. So whatever you want to do. Gay men, if you need a man, do your thing. Women, if you need a woman, do your thing. But be around people who build you up. People always go, well, I lost so many friends due to MS. No, you didn't lose friends. You lost people who are toxic. Because if they're your true friend, they understand and they're willing to deal with stuff. I have a best friend named Manuel Mendez in California, and man, me and him been through the thick of things. I mean, at one time we were toe to toe. The other times we were crying together, and the other times, we're bros. Did the bros before hoes thing, and we did that in high school. But I can still go to him today. Now the lady I take care of for him is Jackie Joy. I don't know why I'm name dropping all these people. I take care of her. She's my best friend right now. She's everything to me. And I couldn't believe it. It's somebody who barely even knows me, who met me through my group, No More MS Prison on Facebook. And without her, I don't know where I'd be right now. I know I'd be doing something, but I don't know. I wouldn't be as well as I'm doing right now. I mean, I think I don't know. I'm not there. And then I met Natalie, and oh my God, am I so happy. I thought I was never going to meet somebody. Because, here's a guy who was in hospice. I was peeing and crapping all over myself. I had no idea. I barely can talk. I couldn't eat. I had to learn how to eat again. And 7 years later, I meet Natalie. And now my life is...
busy.
Well, yeah, definitely busy. But she's everything. She's great. I met all you wonderful people in the MS prison group, my group. I've been to Maryland and I've done book signings, and that's just freaking amazing. My book is sold worldwide. That is amazing. I've gotten questions and talked to people from UK and Australia and Japan and Canada. I have some friends in Canada, works in my board Gabs. So this is do now. Another thing that I do is I'm into video games. I play World of Warcraft. Now that sounds like I know you play that game and you're too old. Whatever. It helps dexterity. Okay? If you're not really fast with your fingers anymore, it helps you because you have to play on the keyboard. Then you have to watch the computer, so your eyes are always moving with the computer you game. So it's teaching you little things that you really didn't understand. Did you know that they have surgeons playing certain games on consoles to help them with their dissecting and how they're doing it because it keeps their mind sharp. Now don't live your life at that computer. Get up, get out to go get something, but don't knock it. And you have to live by that theory. Don't knock it till you try it, um, type thing. So it's really a fluid type situation when it comes to MS. There's so many things you can do, but see, there's so many things they don't tell you. You have to ask yourself why. Well, because one, the pharmaceutical companies make so much money off of us. They make a ton of money off of us. Now, did you know the top 7 of the top 10 drugs are for either MS and or cancer and or autoimmune? I think the top 10 most expensive drugs. Sorry, I swallowed a frog before I cut on this thing. Yeah, they like Tecfidera is or Copaxone. Copaxone is a very popular one. It's $7,560 a month. Now Tecfidera is a little bit lower. It's 4,000 something. But then there's Betaseron, which is upwards of 6,000, and then there's a I forgot how much a Baggio was. I haven't
That
looked
was
at it
one of
actually,
yours.
but it's pretty expensive. These different drugs, Avonex is one of the most expensive ones, but it's also one of the ones that has the worst side effects. And then see, this is what they do. They give you medicine for different symptoms. There's not. It's like Copaxone is supposed to be a suppressant. Well, they're not. They're suppressing the immune system not to react to the body because MS forces the immune system to attack your own body, and which causes demyelinization. Yeah, I said that right the first time. Um, but then you look at something like Tecfidera. Now, why I like Tecfidera is because it's antioxidant based. It's based off the theory it's made to work like an antioxidant. It just cleans your blood and your cells. So that's why I like it. Now I take it. I have no side effects. Now some people might take it and they blow like a balloon. Stay puffed Marshmallow Man. And then there's stuff like Abaggio, which I'm for, but I'm not because you cannot get pregnant on it.
Huh?
So that's why. But Abaggio apparently it works pretty good. We have some stomach issues and other stuff like that. So always ask yourself, what's the reason behind this? And let me research that reason. Let me see what I can do and what are measures. Because see, right now, drug companies are telling you what you can and cannot do. They're now saying you have to try 5 different combinations of drugs before you can choose Tecfidera. Okay, how is the insurance company now in charge of telling me what to do with my body? Now, see, this is what I've always had a problem with this. I don't like the fact that government comes in and tries to tell women what they can do with their own bodies. And then I have a problem because once they're done with women, now they allow drug companies to say what drugs we can take according to how much money we make or how much money they can make. And that bugs me to all hell. I'll get up. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I had a problem with the women. The women reason why they can't have nothing, and I have a problem with that. But now they're doing this with Tecfidera. It's because Tecfidera is one of the most expensive drugs. It's because Tecfidera works. It's been 6 years now since I've had a relapse. Now, usually with MS, the MS that I deal with, every 7 years is when I start to have a mild relapse or whatever. But that's not now. I will not have a relapse. I'm doing great. I'm doing beyond great, actually. Besides the fact they think that I'm obese because I'm 5'10". I'm 305 pounds, but I'm not fat. There's no fat. There's no, I'm not walking around,
All right.
you know, that little snore when they're awake.
Mm-hmm.
No. Now, I'm not going to go and run a marathon, that, unless there's a cheesecake in front of me. But I'm a heavy dude, big dude. Um, I leg press like 800 pounds, which is really nothing. But now they want me to do more. Yeah, I'm blaming you.
It's not
800 is
fair.
enough. Anyway, so you can make, you can go beyond what you think MS or what they told you about MS. Way beyond. Look at Dr. Walsh. She was in a total automated wheelchair. The ones that lean back and control. That was it. Now she can bike 8 miles a day. She's up doing her own thing. Her son's now a congressman. I ran for Congress, but we know how that went. Well, some do. But that's my point. If you get your mind right, get your food right, you'll beat this. All right. So that's pretty much how it's going to get down. I mean, that's how you want it to work. So you guys understand that life is life, and MS is not your end all say all. Now, see, MS is not like cancer, and it's not like AIDS. There is only one alternative to this: survive, live, love, and laugh. That's it. Because anything else is just you're pretty much either you're going to commit, you're committing suicide figuratively, you're doing it for real, which I hope you do not never do it, or you're committing suicide socially,
Yeah.
and then you don't deal with it. You're just a recluse. I mean, yes, in that case, you have a choice to get out there and then get and do good stuff again. But don't let MS dictate the way you do things. You tell MS what you want to do, not vice versa. So I'm telling MS that I'm gonna go and work out, and I gotta pee. That's too much information on TMI. Understand? I'm 41, going on 42, guys. You can do it too. All right. I hope this helps some people. I will be back tomorrow. Usually it's Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday. I do this. So remember, Raise Corner Live. Please like and subscribe, and take care.